Are the United States actually going to strike Iran in 2026? Here's the clean version of what I'm seeing, what timing looks most likely, and what it would do to the region. First, signals. There's a visible U.S. military buildup that looks like pressure with options attached. Prediction markets are pricing a high chance, think north of 80%. Academic assessments are lower, closer to mid-60s. Analysts say the toolbox is narrower now. Iran's network is deeper. Air defenses are better. Proxies are more active. Gulf states are publicly against a war, worried about regional chaos and oil shock. And there are mixed messages from Washington, a diplomatic door cracked open, while the military stick stays visible. So, what's my blended read? I think 2026 has a high probability of some kinetic action, but mostly limited and targeted. Rough numbers, about 60% for a limited US or US-Israeli strike package, around 30% for the status quo shadow war continuing without a headline-grabbing strike, about 8% for a wider regional fight, and a slim 2% for a genuine diplomatic thaw that diffuses tensions. When could it happen? Not a fixed date, more like trigger windows. Trigger 1, a mass casualty proxy attack on U.S. forces or partners. That accelerates decisions within days to weeks. Trigger 2, a visible nuclear milestone, like enrichment steps that cross agreed red lines. That's a weeks to months window. Trigger 3, direct attacks on shipping in the Gulf. That can prompt rapid, limited strikes aimed at deterrence. Calendar-wise, the highest risk sits in the next 3 to 9 months. What would it look like? Limited strike scenario. Precision hits on air defense nodes. Missile sites, drone infrastructure. IRGC logistics outside dense urban areas, paired with cyber and electronic warfare. Duration, hours to a few days. Wider war scenario, sustained air campaign. Maritime interdiction in the Gulf. Proxy clashes across Iraq. Proxy clashes across Syria. Proxy clashes across Lebanon. Proxy clashes across Yemen. This is the low probability, high impact path. Regional consequences if shots are fired. Oil, immediate price spike, potentially into the $100 to $120 range if shipping risk rises in the Strait of Hormuz. Shipping, higher insurance rates, rerouting, and occasional closures if mines or drones appear. Proxy retaliation, rocket and drone fire at U.S. sites in Iraq and Syria. Hezbollah posturing on Israel's north. Houthi harassment at sea. Cyber operations. Diplomatic shock. Gulf states distance themselves publicly, while quietly coordinating on de-escalation and air defense. What should you watch to gauge the next move? Carrier and bomber deployments, especially double carrier presence. Evacuation advisories for diplomats and contractors. Unusual cyber activity tied to critical infrastructure. Back-channel talks spiking in Oman. Back-channel talks spiking in Qatar. Back-channel talks via Europe. Tanker insurance and day rates jumping before headlines. Bottom line, the pressure is real, the options are limited, and the most likely outcome is a short, targeted strike cycle, unless a trigger pushes things wider.